Mobile games often require a stable connection, and even mostly throughout the whole damn video game. 2026, however, has been kind enough to Android and iOS users because we've been getting a ton of single-player games, and if you missed them, here are over 30 offline games in 2026 to play without an internet connection. This has been nearly 5 years of wait and over 50 million of downloads to this very day, but thankfully, Ninja's Creed got a sequel, and this is just one of those moments that a game really wants you to think it's cooler than it actually is, and sometimes it almost gets there. Look, the pitch is Ninja Sniper first-person shooter like before. Missions is structured, bite-sized and pretty safe. The stealth is more implied than demanded in the game. You get great weapons and bows, upgrades to do the usual mobile grind dance, and it's actually got a story, it's pretty good. Ninja's Creed 2 is playable offline, which honestly helps its case a lot, but don't expect Hitman or Deus Ex or something stupid, because this is closer to a polished sort of time killer, but a pretty damn good game. Here 2, Ducks and Nukes actually came our way about a week ago, and it's coming 2 years apart from its first game. And it's basically the question, what if physics were the joke and the whole joke? So the game is a turn-based dueling, worms adjacent in structure, but kind of way dumber in a self-aware way, not deliberate. Your ammunition's not bullets so much as objects, and the gummy physics make every shot slightly unreliable, which is the point of the game. You play this game in short bursts, laugh when something stupid happens, and close it right before it outstays its welcome. That's the real win with this one. Alright, not entirely sure where this fella came from, but we couldn't even be happier to announce it. Favela on the roll is one of those rare mobile games that actually feels quite ambitious. It's a full-on open world where you work jobs, drive everything you can, survive day to day, and slowly build a life from nothing. You earn cash, buy property, flex vehicles, and just explore while there's social tension that's building underneath the action you do. It's definitely up there in terms of overall quality and scale with games like Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's a long-term sandbox aiming pretty big and swinging far above typical mobile expectations depth. Free about 1 GB in total. Up and coming at number 8, we've got Truckmaster. Definitely not your uncle's truckin' sim, but a full-blown highway takeover, meaning you're not just hauling crates. You're building an empire while stacking rigs that look like they were born in Unreal Engine 5 for mobile game. You've got ice roads that bite to desert lands that burn. Suffice it to say, the real world is just a circuit in this game. You can of course customize your whip, unlock some legendary trucks like the Volvo SNL, and just turn your job into a payday and invest in side hustles if you want it. It's just all there. The challenges, events, PvP, gas all day, why even bother break? And it don't matter if you're grinding solo or showing off online, you will definitely get the best of both worlds for free with this game. Sitting comfortably at the top 5, if you missed it, Parasite Survivors is what happens when a mobile shooter actually respects you. I mean, this is fast, brutal, brain-on gameplay. Pretty much no autoplay. No watching your character fight while you scroll TikTok because it swarms everywhere, builds spiraling out of control, and boss fights that feel genuinely earned. The heroes are distinct, loadouts actually matter, and the risk-reward decisions keep you locked in. Looks sharp, hits hard, most importantly it's fun minute 1, not fun after 20 different tutorials, and for an alpha, this thing already punches way above its weight. It's a free game as well. Coming in at number 6 with Five Nights at PIVOZAVR, which is basically the Five Nights with the beer store ported to mobile. And the story is, if you missed it, you were a rookie working this cringe and base store, and suddenly a beer-thirsty Pivosaurus is on a rampage, stealing brews and terrorizing the city. Your job is to watch the cameras, toss them some drinks and survive it. It is a ridiculous game, over the top, 100% parody perfect for horror fans who just love to laugh while freaking out. Really good game. Toilet 8 is I don't even know what to call it. It's just a nightmare you didn't even know your bladder signed up for you. See, in this game, which is a puzzle horror game, you're trapped in a infinite hell where every stall looks the same until something slightly off makes you squeeze and question your own eyesight at like 2 a.m. Spot tiny little anomalies before they explode. Or just enjoy panicking like a human popped up in a Looney cartoon. There's jump scares in this game, toilet raves, Agent Smith from Matrix to give it depth. Brilliant game, you're dumb enough, it's everything you secretly wanted from a public bathroom. I don't know how else to put it. It's parcel delivery sim, where like you're gonna be sitting behind a warehouse desk or a van steering wheel at the same time. In fact, there's always something meditative about this type of game, and this one works in a way that just feels satisfying to see the whole system actually working. You pick up packages, sort them, load vans, and follow routes through a city that somehow feels busy but never really hostile. Traffic, fuel, and van capacity matter more than your thing, and upgrading storage and dispatching trucks for bulk deliveries changes how efficiently you work and, move boxes around. No story, no cutscenes, just logistics, routing and a steady climb from scattered packages to a modest delivery empire. We give this one a solid 9 out of 10. Up next, we've got the game Taxi Driver Simulator. I mean, look, no doubt there's like a ton of these games out there right now, but there's always some room for improvements, and this new one in the bunch does a pretty good job. I mean, it doesn't try to turn driving into an arcade stunt show, it's just about routine, the pressure, and the small choices that define this specific job. You pick up passengers with every different expectations, navigate traffic, and decide whether to play it safe or shave a few seconds off the route. You've got progression that's steady and satisfying, starting with regular taxis and slowly unlocking luxury cars and VIP clients, and the open world actually seems pretty alive. A calm game when you want it to be, pretty stressful when it ain't. Definitely an 8 out of 10. Shill, the number 7, is, it's one of those games you boot up and immediately regret it because everything in the game seems like it's just there to freak you out. So if you would enjoy something like that, you're gonna love it. It's a pretty slow, side-scrolling puzzle type of game where you play as a lone diver that's drifting through a very hostile ocean. No combat, no UI clutter, just moving, time in, and position. On top of that, I gotta say, the monochrome art does like most of the heavy lifting, and it works. Definitely not for speedrunners, but great if atmosphere is your thing. Play its demo, the full game's $5.99. Now on another hand, Vice Sniper comes in at 11 and it's a pretty good hit, for sure. So Vice Sniper assumes you've always wanted to be this 80s hitman in Miami, basically sniping through a city where gangs, cops, and sometimes aliens are all in on the same joke. Controls are pretty fine, missions are short, you can shoot whatever you want, however, whenever you want. There's moral ambiguity, of course, but it's mostly just press trigger, watch bodies fall. It's got gun upgrades, enemies that get tougher, and the city looks like a VHS tape and a Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I mean, what's better than that? Come on. Have you ever wondered what it's like to survive the apocalypse on a tightrope? Right here is probably your chance. See, Apocalypse Survival New Order here hands you a random character, and if you die, tough luck. No retries, no respawn, just a spot on leaderboard with the rest of the world's survivors. So think of this game as tactical combat against zombies, factions, and endless waves of bad luck. You got a training mode, which is your safe place to practice, but when the real run starts, it's just a punch of pressure and it goes on forever. I don't know, I guess if you want to be the end of the world's apocalyptic legend, prove it, maybe this is your chance. Well, Yamane Yander's Love Life. I've mentioned this game before. Horror game, anime kind of version of a Hitman game with a schoolgirl as a protagonist. That one is now on Android. for free. I mean, look, it's just a really decent mobile game and overall just a pretty good mobile port. The story is you're just a psychopath running around smothering, suffocating, murdering everyone that kind of has a crush on your boyfriend. I mean, yeah, there's a reason this game is rated +18 on the Play Store. Anyway, it's up there. It's quite well ported. It's halfway a sim game, another half kind of a Hitman game. Pretty educational, actually. Definitely a few methods I'm pretty sure we would agree with these developers sometimes. Personally approve this as a pretty good game. It's a simulation horror game. It's about 1 GB in size. Give it a shot, why not? On another hand, Skull's Revenge: The Last Wolf kinda goes hard on attitude and it doesn't even apologize. Here you play as a broken ex-con kid thrown back into high school, and you're gonna be punching your way through gangs, turf wars, and personal grudges to just get out. The combat's pretty raw, combo heavy, it's got boss fights that feel personal, and building a crew, which you actually can, gives the story some real momentum. It's got some school life RPG systems that add layer, add flavor, while the narrative keeps things surprisingly intense, and all the combat, it is gritty, dramatic, and a little unhinged in a good way. If you're into street brawlers with some story and edge, this one's kind of worth throwing hands for.
Venture into the heart of Europe.
At number 15 with Way of the Hunter Europe. Well, we had a lot of high hopes for this game, but right now it's just a mess that thinks it's a simulation on the surface, but you know, there's something deeper if you're getting past all the 90% of the bugs. The concept, tracking animals in a realistic wilderness, is actually kind of cool. Animal, AI, ballistics, day and night cycles and all, it just wants you to feel like a real thing, but it's a game that's only gorgeous from a distance. Kind of functional in theory, and it's a nightmare in practice. Definitely got the potential. On Android it's a miss right now, 100%. If you've got an Apple phone, play it there, not many bugs there. Otherwise just forget about this game and come back a couple of months later, maybe it's fixed. I mean, come on, it's not even a free game.
Has anyone seen the gold pen?
Now, with that being said, if you've been waiting on a decently well done story adventure game, I don't know about you, but you know, I kind of know damn well my options are between grinding through another pay to win, which is also the case with this game, or play this game's demo. Because Bluey's Quest for the gold pen does a pretty decent job of blending, you know, simple Zelda-like puzzles with a pretty good, decent, you know, actual story. But the game itself is an overly simplified adventure. There's no danger, no real stakes, just an excuse to wander around, you know, these cute environments and solve basic puzzles. It's pretty easy breezy, and if you've got kids, they're gonna love it as well. One problem, the game's about 15 bucks. Well, look, voting at number 17 is for anyone who's just tight on mobile Metroidvanias. I forgot the platforming part was a must. In fact, this game plays like it should. Movement's pretty tight, the combat's simple, deliberate, exploration's real focus. You land on an island out of nowhere, start pretty weak, slowly open the map by earning new abilities, no hand-holding, just paths, a little bit of story here and there, and you know, your hard-earned skills and gears. There's optional challenges, hidden rooms, and upgrades. It's just all the good Metroidvania stuff, but there's a twist. The twist is it's not a free game, it's a $4.99 purchase. No ads, no nonsense. It also works with the controller. Pretty good game. I don't know, give this game's unofficial version a go and see if it's for you.
A famous explorer once said,
just a really quick mention over here, in less than 48 hours from now, the Tomb Raider reboot finally arrives on iOS and Android, and it's actually the full console experience, not a cut down port. Feral Interactive has packed all 12 DLCs into the game, optimized for touch controllers and even keyboard mouse setup. Pretty safe to assume right now you can expect a solid performance out of this thing at $20 for the base game and every DLC included, so just keep it in mind for now. Sitting on the Google and the Apple Store for free, number 19 with Jump Odyssey, Chill Adventure. It's basically parkour, but you know, make it just calm. So your job is, you know, you're struggling, a world is filled with these floating platforms and these tricky jumps to test your precision and patience. The game is pretty simple. You swipe to jump, hold to control your distance, and go at your own pace whenever you like, however you like. Pretty easy to pick up, but the challenge ramps up as with each new zones. There's no time limits, no rush, just jumps from this to another block. Pretty solid pick if you're looking for a low stress platformer. I've said it before, I'll probably say it again, we've had quarantine games before and we'll definitely have more until, some comes along the way and hits that perfect sweet spot. Quarantine Zone just landed on the Google Play Store and it's pretty decent. It's a gate in a quarantine zone where you're the only one standing between zombies and safety. It's a first-person survival game meets post-apocalyptic bureaucracy, meaning you check, scan, and decide who gets in and who goes to isolation. Not only that, but you have to build 10 slabs and upgrades while keeping the bad stuff out. It's also got some dark humor. It's got offline play that makes every shift feel like you're actually doing something. Check it out in case you missed it. It's a free game, about 600 megabytes in total.
Good or bad thing?
Up next at number 11 with Space Station 52, or, Murder on Space Station 52, which is this delightfully well-made murder mystery that sort of proves point-and-click adventure games can still surprise you. So you play as a maintenance guy who shows up to find his predecessor murdered, and spend your time looping through the station collecting evidence, interrogate suspects, and solving puzzles, mostly just brain-melting level stuff. It's got a charming voice acting, very unique art, and a story that keeps you hooked all along. This is a small team masterpiece, sort of, that will highly possibly make any mystery fan grin like a guilty suspect. Not a free game, and even worse, it's an iOS exclusive right now, but if you like puzzle adventures, this one really clicks.
To get heavy.
Prior to this, a PC game, now a mobile port. If you missed it before, Mind Cop is a pretty tense, time-pressured detective adventure game where you play as Mind Cop, someone who can actually dive into suspects' thoughts, navigating mental landscapes to uncover clues. You interrogate, piece together evidence before the 5-day clock rounds out, which is the premise. Pretty small game, really precise, clever. In my opinion, Mind Cop really respects your intelligence while keeping the pressure on all along the way. Unfortunately, it's a paid game and available only on the Google Play Store.
I look where others can't.
Number 22 of the game Mind Sharper, which is like technically walking into someone else's dreams and realizing some of them are nightmares. So you play as Dr. Edgar, a neuroscientist who can literally step inside his patient's memories, poking around, fixing broken thoughts, and solving puzzles that are often as twisted as the minds you explore. It's just classic point and click, but with a surreal psychological twist, which makes it quite a bit unique, and by the time you finish this thing, you're gonna be questioning whether the game's even over yet, or it's even another puzzle. Very good game. Agent A is sort of exactly what it says on the tin. It's a retro futuristic spy adventure game that makes you feel like a 60s secret agent without the danger, of course. You sneak around, fiddling with gadgets, poking at secret objects and solving puzzles that actually make sense for once. The art style is amazing. Pretty gorgeous, clean, bold, all stylishly retro, and every room feels like it was actually built to hide something clever. It's a very challenging game without being frustrating, and the 5 chapters do keep the tension high, although you gotta pay for each different chapter. Subway Surfers City, on the other hand, is just that familiar muscle memory kicking in before you even think about it. You swipe, dodge, collect, and yeah, it's still Subway Surfers. So you might ask, why bother even playing the game? So the difference is the structure, and by that, alongside the classic endless runs, you've got some proper level-based sections tied to different parts of the city, which actually gives your runs a little bit of endpoint. Movement's been tweaked with things like stomp moves, speed pads, and shills, but nothing breaks the flow. You could say it looks cleaner, runs smoother, not a reinvention, just a pretty smart evolution. Now, on another hand, Aliens Need Redheads, which is, in need of no explanations what it is. It's exactly what it says on the tin. 2D runner game where a ginger dude chases his kidnapped crush on rooftops because apparently aliens have a type. So think of it as Subway Surfers meets a low-budget anime romance with double jumps, parkour moves, and some collectibles. Yeah, it's pretty cute, basically harmless, don't expect strategy, nothing deep. This is just pure keep tapping and hope you don't hit a cat type of fun. Now, with that being said, the case of Golden Idol returns to mobile after vanishing from Netflix, and thankfully it's still razor sharp. This is a murder mystery that trusts your brain, not, quiz markers per se. You examine crime scenes, connect motivations, timelines, and outcomes, then literally spell out the truth. It's also set across 50 years in a grim 18th century world. It's pretty dark, clever, and quite weirdly addictive as well. 2 cases are free, the rest unlock with 1 purchase. If you enjoy feeling smart, this one really delivers. In case you missed it, I've said it before, my starter winter car mechanic is for players who don't mind spending many hours just bolting parts together to feel the vibe. You build the car piece by piece in first person, and the cold all out in the winter in Russia, and it's clearly inspired by my summer car, but it's trimmed down for mobile, and it's surprisingly patient about it. The driving is a bit hard, but purposeful of course, which fits the vibe. No ads, no online play if you didn't want it, no timers begging around for money, just quite mechanical suffering and earning. If fixing simulation games relax you, this one belongs to you. Astro Party X is probably one of the strangest space shooters that you'll ever play, cause your ship can only turn one way. That's it. You shoot, turn, repeat. The real mayhem actually in this game comes from PvP, reflexes, and kind of knowing every shot counts while your opponent spins himself into oblivion. It's got some retro pixels, great sound, destructible environments. They all hit that sweet spot between nostalgic and frantic. Pretty short game, it's got a demo, gloriously unforgiving. It is free with ads with an optional unlock and playable offline for about $5. Night of the Extinct feels like someone finally made a mobile horror game for people who grew up on early YouTube ghost hunts if you were around that time. You're stuck overnight in a museum, cameras rolling, fully expecting nothing to happen, and of course there's, everything goes wrong. It's a first-person, slow, and more about being haunted type of game than fighting back. The museum setting actually works with real exhibits and awkward little silences here and there doing most of the work. It's offline, pretty short, tense in a very don't blink way. Solid creep factor, it's offline as well. Green Pond Town, on the other hand, is one of those quiet little puzzle games that gets under your skin without even trying. It's a cube style, puzzle adventure game in a rainy, health-abandoned town after receiving this weird letter. No jump scares spam here. This is about atmosphere, slow exploration, and puzzles baked in a new environment. Click, drag, combine, and slowly realize the town isn't just empty, it's watching you. It's a pretty short game though, offline, unsettling all the way, in a pretty calm way though in a way, and it works perfectly with headphones on.